Gilles Deleuze argued that our perception of the world, or how we think about our experience, is not based on one central idea, but on expanding and overlapping connections. He suggested we could create new connections for thinking and open up whole new planes of thought.
Each interior design project requires a solution that facilitates an intended experience. The variables of the design elements and principles are endless and will only increase as technology evolves. This research was inspired by Deleuzian theory and the idea that we could open up new planes of thought and influence a person's perception by creating expanding and overlapping connections within the built environment. This is a quasi-experimental study that looks inside the process and development of an experiential installation and the experiences of over 50 participants. The concept focused on integrating the form of the space, audio, and video projections. All three were developed simultaneously, and intuitive-based decision-making was used throughout the process. The installation dimensions were roughly 10 by 10 feet with 7-foot ceilings. Faceted panels with triangle openings were cut out using the CNC machine, and mirror was placed behind, creating the surround. The video was developed to be fluid and organic and included a variety of landscapes. These sequences were color manipulated and additional footage was overlaid. 2 micro projectors were installed inside the installation to project onto the floor. The audio was selected for the slow tempo and repetition to offset visual stimuli. Speakers were placed outside the space and the bass was increased to provide a slight vibration. The natural sound of birds chirping was later integrated. Once completed, participants were invited to experience and share their thoughts. Perhaps the most common consensus was the power of the audio.
I liked the birds. I thought the bird, I really liked that. But the the other music, see, that bothered me after a while. If it was just the birds, I could have stayed in there. I think I would have, this is it.
And then I sat down, and then after a while, I did really enjoy the music and the birds, so I did a little meditation.
And I loved the combination of this synthetic music with the birds.
Yeah. The sound, but because I think the sound, it's more subconscious, it just gets to our vibe, it vibrates,
Many participants were specific with their thoughts in relation to the video projections and were greatly impacted by the movement, imagery, and color.
Also watching through the mirror, but what I liked when I watched it through the mirror was also that I could see a part of myself, a part of yourself. So this kind of mosaic and fragments. Yeah. I like the fragments because it was there is a piece of everything, but in another end, nothing is really completely there.
The video, I started thinking about when it started spinning. I guess it's kind of like this world's just spinning and.
The world?
Yeah, kind of, because I was just seeing the scenery and started thinking about, kind of driving around, just admiring, my environment and being aware of that, I guess.
Some of the participants had profound thoughts about their experience and the aesthetics, and arguably an opening of new planes of thought.
I felt so relaxed to the point where it felt like I was losing a little track of time. I could spend a lot of time in there, or not a lot of time, and feel like I did or didn't.
Color, sound, and form, as far as the ambient, things that are occurring inside the actual thing. It also made me, there was a moment where it was almost like a dissociative kind of feeling, which was odd. It's something.
For me, all of the reflections and the layering that happened with the reflections gave me this kind of reminder about perception, that it's illusory, that we cobble together illusions to make our consciousness. You've got the big screen was behind me. I was looking in the other direction, and there were 2 places where the angles were. I was looking in mirrors, but I wasn't seeing myself. And usually when we look in mirrors, we think we're going to see ourselves. So that gave me this opportunity to kind of dissolve.
There was a total of 53 participants. The overwhelming majority used words like peace, calm, relaxing, serenity. There was only a couple of participants that felt overstimulated or uncomfortable. Many people found a deeper connection and used phrases like absence of thought, present in the moment, being self-aware, mindfulness, introspective, consciousness. These results suggest that developing complex spaces has the potential to create new connections of thinking and open new planes of thought for the user. It also emphasized the power of integrating technology in the built environment. Interior designers are typically not film editors or sound designers, so this research also gives insight into the possible collaborative design teams of the future.